Yo, it's Joey Gambello tuning into Witty Smitty News.
I've been living wild since I was a child. Yeah. My nigga passed that loud. I can't turn it down.
Christian Smith, Witty Smitty News, joined with Dego Diavolo.
What's good?
Woo! GZ Wave, finally, Toronto debut, man.
Yes, sir.
Luke Nukem last night, talk about it.
Fire, yo. I think Battle of the Night, a lot of people said Battle of the Night, and
I agree.
I think we just took the fucking building down. It was a good battle, debatable, you know what I mean? It's everything I could have wished for.
Now, going into a battle with Luke, was there anything you thought he'd bring that you hadn't seen from a previous opponent?
He's real unique, so I think, like, I was just expecting him to do his shit, which he did, and I'm glad he did. And I think we had a little more to work with, because we're, you know what I mean, style-wise, we're very different, and I think that definitely made a good battle.
That was your first time battling in Canada.
Yep.
Was it what you expected or different?
Yeah, for the most part. Like, you guys got a real good crowd. It's, like, receptive. They're there for the battle rap. They're there to fucking hear bars and shit, so, like, they catch a lot of shit, which is good, especially, like, if you like to write intricate or whatever, they'll catch your shit.
How would you compare it out here compared to back in the States? CT, New York, you battled a couple places.
Yeah, they're the same because, like, they both catch shit, but I think, like, you can cater towards the crowd no matter where it is. The East, like, back home, I feel like gun bars go a long way and shit like that. Like, a lot of street shit, hood shit, and, like, certain stages you can joke more and the crowd will, like it more. So I think it's good because you can have a balance, you know what I mean, a mix, and I think that's probably the best bet.
Now, it was definitely long awaited, you finally being on GZ. What was it that took so long? Like, were you ever booked on GZ before and it fell through, or what was the deal with that? Because I feel like this is something fans definitely been asking for at least a year and a half or so.
Yeah, I think it's just timing. Gully had hit me up, and, like, there was a couple matches we talked about. Some of them were, like, fucking fire, and they'll probably end up happening at some point, so I don't want to, like, ruin anything. But, yeah, it was just timing pretty much, and I think it was for the best because, like, the Wave was a great debut, and I think fucking, like, this was the way to do it because now there's a whole new generation of people, and this was, like, a big event to, like, really get to know the new faces because, like, you know what I mean, there's a lot of spots to take, and they should be filled with people that deserve them. So
that's a fact, and that's even what Gully said in the interview, man.
Yeah.
They're definitely looking for that hunger now.
Yeah.
And with the event like Gully versus Gannick happening now every year, it's a good way to send these guys to get that shot now.
Yeah.
So I want to touch on your beginning now. 2011, James Joyce Connecticut Battle League, longest league name ever.
For real.
So Verse Tracker has that as your first battle. Is it just your first with footage, or was it your actual first battle?
I think I have one online that actually is before that, footage-wise, and, like, I've had a bunch of battles before that, but that was, like, the first one in, like, a real league. But yeah, that was, like, my first, like, actual written league timed battle.
Now those rounds were only 30 seconds, I believe, offhand.
It was that long ago, yeah.
So is it harder writing for that, having to cut your material down, or is it kind of easier? You just...
Yeah. Also, it's like the battling was, like, a little different, but, like, style-wise. So I feel like, I don't know, it was my first battle, so I didn't really know how it was going to go. So I just, you know what I mean, I wrote some shit, and it turned out good. Like, that was a real good battle for that time and that day. But, yeah, it's much different. Like, the longer time limits, I think, like, anything past 3 minutes is too long. But, like, anything from, like, 90, 2.5, like, that's, like, the sweet spot for battles. No one wants to watch a fucking 45-minute long battle.
Facts.
Yeah.
So what was it that even got you into battling? Was there, like, a certain battle you saw where you're like, shit, I need to try this, or were you just a fan?
Yeah, I was a fan from that long, and I made beats. That's, like, where I got into hip-hop. And I was always producer, and, like, I would just chill, you know what I mean, cypher, freestyle, whatever. And I think I was just in a cypher one day, and someone, like, was ripping on people, and I had rebuttals. I don't know where they came from, but I had rebuttals, and, like, ever since then, people were, like, would like to freestyle with me and shit. And, like, eventually I got turned on to the writing and shit because, you know what I mean, freestyle only goes so far, especially nowadays. But that's, like, where I came from. And just, like, I've evolved with this shit. It's really crazy if you think about, like, even, like, a couple years ago, how different style-wise, like, the shit people look for and shit. It's very, like, unique now.
No, yeah, no, you're definitely right. So I want to talk the rebirth of iBattle.
Word.
You're an original. You debuted there in 2012, I believe. Yep. Maybe 2011. It was 2012, right? So what do you feel about the roster switch, or the roster combination, I guess, of the BMNY guys making their way over?
It's definitely been, like, a big, like, infusion. And a lot of the older iBattle vets, like, aren't around anymore. So it's really, like, a whole new crowd almost. And it's good because like iBattle's like the platform of iBattle. There's nothing else like it. It's really its own thing, and like thanks to Logic, like fucking, it did numbers on its own. You know what I mean? So I didn't want to see it go away. So like now like Lex has it, and fucking I think that like I think it's good like branding wise and everything. It's gonna get a restart, and fucking like fuck. I don't know.
What would be your ideal old school iBattle guy versus new school iBattle guy matchup?
New versus old. I would like to see Hami back. I know we were talking about that like the other day on the page. I don't know. There's a lot of good new guys. So I think like anyone that, you know what I mean, back in the day, I know like even like Kid Slade came back. He's been killing it. Like a lot. I think we need more of like the older vets to come back into this shit to really see like who's still about it. So.
Now I seen an interview. Pat State DNA was on 15 Minutes of Fame. They're talking. After their battle, they said every battler they've talked to's had this dream. They themselves have had this dream, so they show up to the venue, get on stage, they can't say shit, they can't freestyle, they're just up there frozen. You ever had that?
Yeah, but I usually do freestyle, and whether it makes sense or not, which most of the time it doesn't, I win the battle. Like I've 3-0'd Thesaurus, like dead ass, like
in your dream.
Back in the day, yeah, I fucking killed him.
That's
dead
fire.
Ass. Yeah, well, like yeah, I think everyone has that dream, whether they say they do or not.
So what's next?
I don't know. I gotta see what's popping. Like we just killed this card, so this gotta be something. You know what I mean? There's a couple plates out there, looking at like mass. You know what I mean? Gullet for Gannick for Scully. So I don't know. Just depends what they want to throw at me. You know? I'm good for whatever.
Well, fire battle, man. I think you and Luke was definitely the battle of the night, or top 2, top 3 battles of the night, hands down. But Dego, man, Witty Smitty News, we out here.
Witty Smitty.
Since I was a child, I've been living wild since I was a child.